Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today we're checking out I'm Running for Congress by Brandon Herrera. Yes guys, I thought this video would be interesting to check out. Big thank you to our member Hobbit for popping into the stream, our Mad Max stream the other day, letting us know that this video was uploaded. I had no idea prior to like knowing of this video, I guess, that he ever actually was into politics prior. Looked into it a little bit, I guess back in 2024 he ran. So that's interesting to know. I had no idea, checking him out last month and a half, 2 months ago, you know, from this point on, that he ever actually was into politics prior to that. So that was interesting to find out. But yeah, I figure we give him the time of day, see what he has to say. I don't know the most about American politics, as I said. I do know the basics of it, I guess, that being that there is a judicial, a legislative, and of course a I think you guys call it the executive branch of government. And I believe Congress is the legislative branch of government, if I'm not mistaken. And I believe a congressman specifically, I could be wrong, I believe they handle what would you guys call them, districts, counties, to some degree. I think within a state they handle a specific county or territory, district. I'm not sure what you guys would call it, what the exact word for it is down there. But yeah, I'm sure here in this video, Brandon Herrera is going to explain it for us. So yes, and of course, if you guys, you know, at the very least, go in the description and check out this video alongside me. Check it out after the fact, whatever have you. Go there, leave a like, leave a dislike, comment, you know, give your opinions, give your thoughts. At least give him the time of day, guys. That's at least what we can ask. He seems like a really chill guy from everything I've seen from him. Seems like great sense of humor. You know, doesn't seem to really bullshit you, is pretty to the point on things, has very good takes from what I've seen. So yeah, in terms of like gun law, in terms of, you know, gun law and maybe border issues, I don't really know what the problems are. I think he's from Texas. I'm not really sure what the problems really are down there. And I'm not sure if he's running against a Democrat. I'm assuming he's running as a Republican, if I had to assume. I don't know if he's running against a Democrat in Texas or if it is perhaps another Republican. Not trying to go too long with this intro. Once we start, I'm going to kind of let Herrera take it away here, and then we're going to give our thoughts kind of like after the video's done kind of thing. I'm not going to try to pause too much here throughout it, right? I want to give him the floor here, obviously. Without any further delay, guys, if you guys enjoy, make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe for more content from me. Of course, leave your recommendations down in the comments below. And yeah, without any further delay, let's get right into it, guys.
In the 1976 film Rocky, despite what people might remember, Sylvester Stallone's character Rocky Balboa doesn't actually win in the climax film.
Good analogy, okay.
Instead, everyone is just impressed that despite him going up against the current champion, he, being a rough around the edges everyman, goes the distance, beating everyone's expectations, and almost wins.
Ain't gonna be no rematch. Ain't gonna be no rematch.
In fact, it's not actually until the rematch in Rocky II that Stallone's character actually succeeds and finally wins the title. Welcome to Rocky II.
Great analogy, man.
My name is Brandon Herrera. I'm a serial entrepreneur, Second Amendment activist, content creator, firearm manufacturer, and 2 years ago, I made the decision to run for Congress.
Damn.
That's why I'm running for Congress.
It was a
awesome.
terrifying jump into unfamiliar territory.
Oh, I bet.
But I did it because the congressman who represented me, Tony Gonzalez, even though a Republican, kept making bad votes that just made no sense to me. Like voting for Biden's gun control, opposing border security, selling out American interests on behalf of other countries, and a bunch of other things that shocked me to learn that a Texas Republican would vote for.
Really?
I wasn't alone.
Okay.
Texas Republicans were so disappointed in him, they took the almost unprecedented move of censuring him. But we still needed somebody to stand up to him, which is why 2 years ago, I made the decision to jump in the Republican primary. For those who don't know, a primary election is when voters of both parties get to vote on who's going to represent their party in the coming election. So if your party's representative was particularly bad, like mine was, you get the option to replace them. Now, statistically, replacing an incumbent that wants to run for re-election is very hard to do, but we gave it a shot. What followed was one of the craziest 10-month journeys of my life, running for office in Texas Congressional District 23, one of the biggest in the country, against one of the best funded members of Congress in the entire country. I'll get more in a couple details later, but long story short, we succeeded in our goal of taking him to a runoff, which in certain states, Texas being one of them, if the incumbent doesn't get above 50% of the vote in the primary, he then goes into a special secondary election, where it's between the people who came in first and second. which means all the challengers were taken off the board except for me and Tony.
Interesting.
What followed was a brutal 2-month runoff where I had all of the guns and money of the establishment pointed directly at my forehead, with over $10 million being spent against me. I spent like 10 to 1. All that money being used on a campaign to essentially slander me where I live. I lost.
That's insane. What the
I had
hell?
400 votes by 1%.
Really?
That was the map of an incumbent that was not having.
Whoa. I'm sorry. I have to pause on that. Really? I figured when I heard like, okay, you lost, I was like, okay, that sucks, but okay, whatever. How are you gonna beat, millions and millions? Seriously, 1 percentile? That's kind of that's pretty impressive, man. I'm not gonna lie. I'm good for him, man. Good for him, and good for him for even doing this, or even like putting his neck out there. I have to say too, like that's not to put yourself in the crosshairs like that, people are going to come after you for fucking anything, you know what I mean? For absolutely anything. And that's just how it is, right? Especially like, being in the public eye this largely as you are, right? People are going to fucking try to find a reason, So man, I have to applaud him for putting his neck out there like that, for trying to oppose this. Very interesting to find out that it was Republican too. I'm not trying to blab too much throughout this. This is of course Herrera's floor. Let's let him take it away, guys.
By 1%.
1% is
that
crazy.
Is the map of an incumbent that was not having a good time.
Wow.
DC was kind of panicking. I mean, even the Speaker of the House came down and campaigned against me in a primary. But you know what? I came away from it being pretty optimistic, thinking that, even though we just narrowly lost, maybe, just maybe, it made a difference. For one, we drained the DC establishment of millions of dollars that they weren't expecting to have to spend in this race. And I was hoping, maybe this is a big wake-up call to Tony that, hey, half of your district is very, very upset with the job that you're doing. And if you don't start voting right, we can replace you. Like King Leonidas in 300, just reminding Xerxes that he can, in fact, still bleed. And it worked.
No, it
Just
didn't.
kidding. Like 3 days after the election.
Why would it work?
In November, he was on CNN arguing against deportations.
If the message is, we're here to deport your abuelita, that's not going to work well.
But hey, it was a nice thought, right? When these people win, they feel untouchable. They will continue to do favors for the people who kept them in office and vote for garbage without any sense of accountability from the people.
Oh, absolutely.
Who they hate and pretend to love when the cameras are on. The truth is, these people only understand one language. The only way to stop them, truly stop them, is to win. I understand that now. After the last race, I'll be honest, I thought I was done, right? I gave it non a shot and I was happy to go back to my honestly comfortable life, shooting guns, making content with my friends, and running my businesses. But I'm not gonna lie, it started to eat at me. Those things that I didn't like about DC, about my congressman, they didn't change. The things that the voters in the district were upset about, the reason so many of them were sick of their fake conservative congressmen, they didn't change. People in the political
That's very relatable here, I have to say.
Who wins on their first try.
That right there.
Even
that line
my
resonates.
First try, which, to be honest, kind of ticked me off because I was, gunning to prove him wrong. Spoiler alert. But knowing all the problems that made me run the first time were still there, the more I realized that if I just decided to give it up now, I'd just be a quitter. I'd be giving up on the district. I'd be giving up on all the voters who counted on me. All of you who gave to the campaign, who volunteered, door knocked. As much as it's more comfortable to just look the other way, I can't bow out of a fight if I know I can make a difference. It's just not how I'm wired. Texas District 23 deserves a real conservative, not a cheap fake who plays one on TV.
Texas is the new Hollywood.
Or sometimes weirdly just forgets to try to. Somebody who actually understands and respects the Constitution, not just as like a cheap line, but actually respects it. Someone who will vote not just to protect, but to enhance your gun rights. Not vote to throw them away when it gets inconvenient. Someone who will actually put America first, not talk about being America first while giving billions of dollars to foreign countries while America goes trillions deeper into debt. Someone who will actually vote to protect America's borders, not just claim that they will on TV during election season. Texas deserves better than Tony. I'm willing to put my life to the side to stand up and take that fight. And if I can, I'd like to ask for your help just one more time to help me do it. Last time, I think we might have actually broken a record for a number of small dollar donors in a congressional race. The amount of you guys that were able to put together even just $5, $10, $20 blew away the DC professionals. I'm not even kidding. I had these conversations after the race with DC types who do political data for a living, and they were in literal disbelief of what we were able to put together. All with no big super PACs, no special interests, no foreign lobbyists, just me and you guys. They literally didn't believe me until I showed them the numbers. I mean, we were able to raise over $1 million without having to play the DC games and beg people who definitely don't expect favors in return.
Yeah.
But this time, I want to make sure we give them a fight they're not ready for.
I'll give you a war you won't believe.
You can check out the campaign website and donate at BrandonHerreraForCongress.com to help with this fight. But first, before I even make that ask, I just want to show you that I'm putting my own money where my mouth is. Last race, I ended up putting about $150,000 of my own money in the campaign over the course of, let's say, 9 months or so.
That's not
Much
bad.
more if you include opportunity cost. I'm planning on doing a lot more this time. And to start off strong, I'm going to be matching your donations in the month of August up to $100,000 personally, so we could blow this first month's projections out of the water. I hate that money is such a pivotal part of politics, but last time I saw exactly what happens when you didn't have enough. The establishment could barely handle us last cycle, and money and slander were the only two weapons they had. This time, if we keep the momentum up, they don't stand a chance. I want them to be afraid. Not like I've got dirt on the Clintons and I'm about to catch a plane afraid, but, you know. Last time we also did monthly giveaways for people who donated to the campaign, whether it was stuff made by us or it was invitations to me and Cody's range days.
Okay.
Don't worry, even though it hasn't been announced yet, everybody who donates $5 or more to the campaign will automatically be entered in that giveaway. And recurring donors will automatically be entered in the future giveaways as well. And it probably goes without saying, but just to clarify, all of this campaign money will be going directly into campaign ads, yard signs, TV, social media, Facebook. Yes, Facebook, trust me. Radio ads, banners, etc. I make $0 off this. I get no payment from the campaign, either directly or indirectly. And like I said, I will be personally matching donations this month up to $100,000 just to kick things off. Because unlike the DC types, I don't need this. I already have my dream job. I'd be taking a pay cut to take this job.
That's
But I'm
true.
willing to do it because I truly feel like it's the best way I can currently serve my country. Because that's what it should be. It's not a job, it's not a way to get rich, it's service. People forget that. And I'll take that pledge right now, on record. When I'm in office, I will not be buying, selling, or trading a single stock. Hell, I support legislation to ban it while in office. Again, unlike the DC types, I don't need insider trading to be successful. Although if you're looking for stock tips, I'd just recommend doing what Nancy Pelosi does. I hear that tends to work out for some reason. But yes, I am officially throwing my hat
How does
back
that
in the
work?
ring to finish what I started and get a turncoat Republican out of office. I am tired of Republicans saying that they're going to go in and they're going to fight for us. And then when the time comes to fight for something specific, they cave, they capitulate, they say, I had no
Yep.
choice. Most of them didn't even bother to fight in the first place.
Oh, literally.
They
Yep.
can't buy me because they
Yep.
can't afford me. They can't threaten me because I'm not afraid of them. But they will attack me because they're afraid of people like me. People they know they can't control. You don't spend millions of dollars beating somebody you don't consider to be a threat. As the saying goes, you take the most flack when you're over the target.
True.
That's my cue. Sorry, got to do a little walk and talk here. So if you're tired of career politicians, corrupt insiders
Okay.
who are willing to throw your rights away first chance they get for a check from big business or foreign interests, if you truly want to make politicians afraid again, I'd be honored to represent your voice. Oh, and if you're watching this and you are from the establishment, just remember in the real world, there's more of us than there are of you.
Now, Brandon Herrera.
Good cut there. That was a good cut. That was a good cut. That was good. I like that. Wow. Yeah, I have a lot of thoughts on that. Good for him, first off. I want to give him absolute props for that. Good for him for putting his neck out there, for actually standing on business. Yes, he's absolutely taking a pay cut. Look at this man, right? Even with his YouTube channel alone, he's taking a pay cut. I'm just going to state that right now. Might be obvious, might not be to some people, but yes, he's absolutely, with the businesses he owns, with all of his assets, with what he's built up over these years, with how successful he has been as an individual, absolutely taking a pay cut. Does not need to do this. That is the type of individual that you want in office, is what I will say right off the bat. You do not want a career politician because they only have themselves at heart. You know what I'm saying? If you are a career politician from the get-go, you know, in my opinion, it's kind of like, I can't trust you. You know what I mean? You've always been in it. You have no experience otherwise, you know? That's what it is, I think. And You know, Herrera's got a lot of experience. He's built himself up from the ground up. So he's clearly good with money. He's clearly good financially. He's able to crowdfund. He's able to bring his own funds to play. Yeah, why not? You know, I think that's a great opportunity for him. Also, what he's saying too about the fake Republicans, right? I have to say, sorry, I have to sneeze, guys. My bad. Oh, it always happens to me at the worst times. Whew. What he's saying about the fake Republicans, I have to say that is such a common problem here in Canada too. We have so many, and here's the confusing part, right? Our conservatives actually wear blue here, you know, and our liberals are in red. I swear to God, they do it on purpose to confuse us. You know what I mean? It's a simulator. You know what I'm saying? But either way, yes, there's so many cons here in red, and it makes no goddamn sense. And I don't get it, you know, and you see it time and time again. You saw it a lot during COVID, that's for sure, right? Oh, we had no choice, we had to do it. Meanwhile, you know, I don't know, they'll sit there and they'll preach one thing, but when push comes to shove, they are no better, and they bend, you know what I mean? They bend so easily. In Canada, again, I don't know why it is, but we have a tendency to just bend over and take it continually, time and time again, issue after issue, and the Canadian people, they're silent about it. And that's the one thing I respect about the Americans, is you have the right to not be silent about it, first off of, and you guys actually take action. You're very productive in trying to go out there and solve the problem for the most part. You know, when there are issues, you know, the American people in general, they'll be the first to bring it up, right? Now, whether that's for better or for worse, right? Here in Canada, we've seen the complete stifling of freedom of speech, depending on the issue at play, right? And that's the that's the very awkward and scary thing, right? I'm just gonna say it bluntly, right? And that's, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, I respect Herrera a lot for this. Hopefully, you guys can at least go over to his channel, go over to this video. There will be a link in the description to this video. Give him the time of day on this video. Leave a comment, leave your thoughts if you don't want to watch the full thing, at least, and leave a like, dislike, depending whether you support or, you know, don't support him, of course. Give him the time of day at least, guys. Give his video some recognition, you know. I think that's the minimum we can ask, is give people the time of day. I'm obviously going to leave a like. I agree with his message. If I lived there in that district, I would support him, you know. I would happily support him. I don't see why not, right? Seems like an upstanding guy to me. Yeah, guys, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe for more content from me. Of course, leave recommendations down in the comments below. A big thank you to all our members, all of our Hastati, our Triarii, our Principe, Dagenhart, and of course, our Praefectus, and Hobbit. I appreciate you guys. You guys inspire me to make more content for you guys every single day. And with that, guys, this has been Centurion. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, guys.